Hello and welcome to your morning practice. My name is Keegan, the Balanced Nomad, and today I'm going to be taking you through this gentle morning practice that's perfect to do on those low energy days. This is the perfect class for you if you're looking for something not super intense, but will still wake up the entire body. And we're going to start in a seated position. Maybe you're in seated cross legs like me, maybe propped up on a block, but really just any place you feel comfortable. We're just going to start connecting with our breath. You can shut down the eyes here, not forcing the breath to do anything right now, just observing it in its natural state. And we can begin to deepen the breath, elongating our inhales and exhales. Taking 3 more deep breaths just like this. And we can blink the eyes open if they were shut down. Spreading the arms out beside us on an inhale with palms raised up, bringing them overhead. Exhaling, facing palms towards the earth, bringing them down. Just repeating this for a few times at our own breath rhythm. Just really getting used to syncing breath with movement here. And throughout this practice, I just ask that you continue focusing on your breath and helping it guide you through the poses today. And last time, inhaling arms up. This time bringing our right palm to the side of the mat and just finding a side bend here. Also feel free to come down to the elbow as long as that left glute isn't leaving the mat. So just choosing your option here and bringing gaze up to the sky. Inhaling arms up. Exhaling, bringing that left hand to the mat, maybe coming down to the elbow, and stretching that right arm, bringing gaze to the sky. Inhaling ourselves up. This time bringing that left hand to the top of the right knee, just finding a twist here, gazing over that right shoulder. Taking one more inhale and seeing if we can go a little bit further in our twist on our exhale. Inhaling arms up. Finding this twist on the opposite side, bringing that right hand to the left knee and twisting, gazes over our left shoulder. Taking one more breath, looking for some more depth in that exhale. And we inhale the arms up. Once again, finding these side bends, so bringing right palm or elbow to the mat. Keeping chest nice and lifted. We're not rounding down here, but staying nice and open through the chest. Inhaling ourselves up. And exhaling, finding this side bend on the left side, taking palm or elbow to the mat. Gaze goes up, chest is nice and open. Inhaling ourselves up, finding this twist. Gazing over the right shoulder. Maybe we can move a little bit deeper into our twist than we did last time. Trying to use the breath to help us gain more depth. Inhaling ourselves up and twisting to the opposite side. And we can inhale, arms up. Exhale, just bringing them to our side. And we can open up that left leg, just straightening it. Keeping the right foot to that left thigh. We're gonna inhale, upper body up, and face the upper body over top of that left leg and folding ourselves over, grabbing onto whatever is available. You may be grabbing onto knee, shin, ankle, or the foot. So just choose your option here. Trying to bring that forehead to the knee, totally fine if that's not available for you. Just trying to imagine that's where we're headed. And walking ourselves back up with the hands and straightening through that right leg, bringing that left foot to the inner thigh, inhaling, arms up and twisting upper body facing above that right leg, just folding ourselves down, grabbing onto whatever is available, trying to imagine bringing forehead to knee. Even if that's not happening, just imagining that's where the head is going. And walking ourselves back up here. You can continue facing the side of your mat. I'm just going to turn and finding butterfly from here. So bringing the feet together, trying to bring them close to your pelvis. But if this is a little bit too challenging, you can always keep them a bit further apart for a little bit more ease. And getting nice and comfortable here, we're just going to flap the legs up and down like the wings of a butterfly. We can start this super slowly. And slowly starting to increase the speed here, maybe shutting down the eyes. And trying to pick it up even a little more if we can. And coming to stillness. Feeling that energy we've cultivated in the lower body. Exhaling here. And we're gonna find a seated pigeon pose from here. So bringing that right ankle to the top of the left knee, the closer we walk in that left foot, the more intensely we'll feel this one. And trying to be comfortable on the hands, not putting too much pressure on the wrist, so making sure we have some weight in the fingers and the knuckles as well. So choosing a comfortable spot here. Trying to keep chest nice and lifted and finding stillness or maybe a bit of a rock here. Just opening up that right hip. And we can release, just finding this in the opposite side. So bringing that left ankle to the top of the right knee, walking that right foot in as closely as feels comfortable, maybe replanting the hands, bringing chest nice and open, choosing stillness or maybe a bit of a rock here. And releasing this posture, crossing out through the legs, just coming to our tabletop pose. So hands are underneath shoulders and our knees are underneath our hips. Just finding a few basic cat and cows from here. So we can inhale, dropping chest, bringing gaze forward. Exhaling, rounding out through the spine, bringing chin to chest. Inhaling down. Exhaling, rounding out through the spine. Just continuing this at your own pace for 2 more rounds. Coming back to a neutral spine here and bringing that left foot forward in between the hands, just coming to a low lunge. Optional to keep the hands down low or maybe up on the knee, but really anywhere that feels best. If you have props at home, maybe placing them underneath your hands can provide a little bit of support. And planting that right hand and bringing left hand on the inside of that left foot as well. Just heel toeing that left foot out slightly. Staying up on hands here, or optional to come down to elbows here in our lizard pose. But if you're like me and this is your first practice of the day, remembering there's no need to push yourself or force yourself into a more intense variation of a pose. You're still getting all of the same benefits no matter where you are, so just choose the option that feels best for you this morning. And coming back to tabletop from here, can shake out the hips, just releasing this intense stretch. And finding this in the opposite side, just bringing right foot in between the hands. Once again, just choosing the most appropriate arm variation. This side might feel totally different than the other side, and that's okay. We're always going to have a little bit of imbalance in the body. We just have one side we favor more. And that's not something we necessarily need to fix, just something to keep a note of. And planting that left hand, bringing right hand in between the foot, heel toeing that foot out slightly. And we can choose to stay up on hands or maybe come down to elbows if that's available to you. Again, it is early for me and it could be for you as well, so only choose what feels good for you in your body this morning. And just coming back to tabletop from here. Once again, just shaking out with the hips. Might be any cracking, pop. As long as there's no pain, is totally fine. And planting out with the hands, spreading the fingertips, tucking the toes. We're just gonna peel up into downward dog. Giving yourself lots of room, and you can bend into the knees, paddle out the legs, maybe shake out the hips. Really any movements that feel good for you here. This is our only downward dog of this practice, so just take it in any way that feels good. And keeping the feet planted, we're just gonna walk ourselves to the back of the mat with our hands. Just taking a forward fold from here, keeping feet about hip distance. We can take a ragdoll fold, grabbing onto opposite elbows, bending out through the legs. And just rocking back and forth, maybe shaking out the head, releasing the neck. And we can straighten through the legs if they were bent. Maybe walking feet slightly closer, reaching towards the ground here. Maybe you can place palms on the mat. If you can place palms on the mat, maybe bringing hands underneath the feet. Just wiggling the toes, giving the wrists a little massage with the feet. You can also keep a bend in your knee here if that feels good. And releasing out the hands, just coming to seated from here. Finding a comfortable seat, whether that's in cross-legged or whatever you took at the beginning of class that felt best for you. And we can just shut down the eyes here, just like we did at the beginning of class, connecting with the breath. And just reflecting how we're feeling after a relatively short time on the mat today. Even this small amount of time can have quite a big impact on how we're feeling physically, as well as mentally. And bringing hands to prayer in the center of the chest. Just expressing some gratitude to yourself for showing up on the mat today. And I'm gonna chant Om one time to close out practice. Feel free to join me here. Inhaling through the nose. Bringing hands to the forehead and bowing forward. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me here on the mat today and spending your mornings with me. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you in the next video.